So far, the DC Extended Universe, or whatever the hell they're calling it, hasn't had the best track record. Most of their movies have left many fans and critics divided, and the only one to escape this so far has been Wonder Woman earlier this year, so it looked as though the DCU have learnt from their mistakes. So now, the newest movie in the franchise, Justice League, has finally arrived. It's time to review it.
On my lead.
I have pretty mixed feelings about the DCEU, and it's pretty easy to understand why it's so divisive. It's had two movies that I would consider pretty good, but they both suffer from bad writing, and there's also Suicide Squad, which was just a mess. That said, Wonder Woman was actually pretty great, and a huge step in the right direction for DC. Even though it had some flaws, it's still a very enjoyable movie. So, I was actually looking forward to Justice League, and was hoping that this would reach the same level of quality as Wonder Woman. So now that I've finally seen the movie, it didn't really live up to my expectations. I mean, the movie was pretty good, but it was far from great. First off, let's talk about the characters. As if it really needs to be said, Ben Affleck as Batman and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman were great once again. As for the new characters, I have mixed feelings. Jason Momoa as Aquaman was a complete joy to watch. Although the writing for the character was a bit inconsistent, Momoa gave a great performance, and I'm really excited for the standalone Aquaman movie. Ezra Miller as the Flash was really good, but I didn't find him that funny. All the funny lines he had were in the trailers, and I can't really criticize the movie for that, that's all on the marketing. I just didn't end up laughing at any of his jokes, and found his character kind of annoying, which sucks because you could tell Ezra Miller was putting his all into this. Ray Fisher as Cyborg was alright, but his backstory was so rushed through, and maybe it's just me, but I'm just sick of seeing superheroes always complaining that they have superpowers. And Cyborg complains about that a lot in this. J.K. Simmons was great as Commissioner Gordon, but his character was kinda wasted in this. He was in the movie for about 5 minutes and really didn't do anything. As for Steppenwolf, he is the most cliché villain you could ever have. Also, for whatever reason, they redesigned his character from Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. I actually really liked his original look, and I have no idea why they changed it. As for the action, it was pretty great for the most part, but some of it was weighed down due to some mediocre looking CGI, but I'll get into that later. There are some really cool Easter eggs and setups that don't actually feel forced in. I mean, compared to Wonder Woman opening an email full of superheroes in Batman v Superman, this was a lot better. I'll talk about the Easter eggs in the spoiler-filled part of the video after my rating for the movie. As for the negatives, the pacing and editing in this was really bad. There were a couple of noticeable continuity errors, and many of the scenes were just too short. I really hope we get some kind of extended cut, which wouldn't surprise me since some deleted scenes were already leaked online anyway. As I said, there's some CGI that doesn't look that great, and some of the green screen in this is ridiculously bad. This movie's budget was $300 million, and this is what we got. How is that even possible? Overall, Justice League was fun, but forgettable. If you're a fan of these characters and you like what the DCU has done so far, I'd recommend it, but this really isn't anything that special. I'm gonna give Justice League a 6 out of 10. So, now I'm gonna discuss spoilers. So if you haven't seen Justice League, click off right now. Alright, now let's talk about spoilers. And by spoilers, I mean mention some cameos, and then just talk about Superman. First off, the cameos. We got a Green Lantern for 2 seconds, and they immediately got killed. Zeus was there, fighting alongside this woman with fiery arms. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who she is. Then, in the end credit scene, we saw Lex Luthor, who thankfully isn't this over-the-top lunatic, and actually resembles Luthor from the comics. And we see Deathstroke, who looks awesome. I'm a fan of his character from the comics, and I'm really looking forward to his solo movie. As for all the Superman stuff, first off, I think it was a little weird that the Flash and Cyborg literally dug up Superman from his grave, but whatever. When Superman came back to life though, that didn't make any sense. I guess the hint at the end of Batman v Superman didn't mean anything, and the dirt just began to fly for no reason. I also have no idea why Superman became evil and fought the Justice League. I mean, it was a pretty cool action scene, but it was pointless. And as soon as Lois Lane shows up, he instantly turns into classic Christopher Reeve-style Superman, which I have to admit I really enjoyed. And later on, when we see him in the Superman outfit, which looks a lot more colourful in this, it's a great reveal, but he manages to beat Steppenwolf all by himself, so I guess the rest of the Justice League weren't even needed. I also might as well talk about the fact that Henry Cavill had to come back for some reshoots, but since he was in the middle of shooting Mission Impossible 6, he legally couldn't shave his mustache, so Warner Brothers had to use CGI to remove it. Just let that sink in. Anyway, I didn't actually think it was that noticeable, at least not in the opening scene, but when he turned evil, his face looked weird and shiny for some reason. It also didn't help that there were a lot of close-ups in the scene as well. This just isn't what CGI was meant for. Okay, I'm sorry this review is nearly a month late, but I had exams, so I had to study for that, but luckily, it's school holidays now, so you can expect more videos. Anyway, that's what I thought about Justice League. Thanks for watching, remember to like this video, I'd really appreciate it, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one.